Hi everybody, how's it going? Jason with Happy Tales. Beth's on the other side of the camera. She's waving. Trust me, she's waving. So we had another little unfortunate incident that we thought we would share with you. Here it is, January, February. Typically, as most of you have seen from our prior videos, we are wintering in Colorado. So February, end of January, February typically is the coldest time of the year. We did have a cold snap about 4 weeks ago where we were minus 27. And just last night, well, I shouldn't say last night, the night before last, we had minus 17. And well, we are victim of a frozen hose. So I kind of wanted to show you what we did to fix it. Unfortunately, I didn't record at the time because it was 4:30 in the morning. Still dark, so as you can imagine, not great video. So we'll show you today what we did the other morning and how we fixed that, the tools we used, and we'll go that route. But let's go outside. It's beautiful outside today. Today it's in the mid 40s already. It's just, that's Colorado. You know, one day it's horrible, the next day it's beautiful. So let's go on and I'll show you what we did. Come on. Look at that beautiful blue sky. And you'll see here our little propane tank. Now, we've talked about this in a prior video where we talked about the skirting. So go check that out. We'll put it up in the top there. And you'll see why we actually wrap that guy. It helps with the propane and stuff of that nature. So we're over here and I'm going to pass this off to Beth and kind of go over what we did and how we fixed it. And so, first of all, this is our water hose bib and our electrical panel, of course. Now, what happened is I thought for sure that this guy here was frozen solid because we haven't had a problem with our hose. You know, we've had this hose for over a year and a half and it's worked flawlessly. Now, before that, before we bought this guy, we did have just our normal hose and well, it froze. And what we did is we took a torch to the junction here and to the bib and we thought that that was going to work. Well, I ended up melting the hose like an idiot. So what we went to next was a heat gun. And you can pick these up at any of your local storage or Harbor Freights, but we'll put a link of it down in the description. And the nice thing about this place right here is we are right next to the electrical panel. So, oops, you can plug in right here. Here, let me point to the right one. Right here, not the 30 amp, but the 110, obviously. And what I did is I separated the hose from the bib. You know, I turned it off and then I turned it back on and we had water. So then I knew it was on our end. So what I did is I just took this and I had the hose out and I just kind of I saw the ice in there. So I just kind of had the heat gun on the end of the hose to try to melt that. It was melting it pretty quick. The problem was it was down further. And that's where I hooked the hose back up, turned the pressure back on. Now you ask, why did you do that if you still had ice in there? Well, if you have a flow of water, it's going to help melt that ice. And this is where this other thing came into play. Now this is a 12-foot, as it says, heat tape or heat cable. Basically, we've had that for about, what do you say, a year? About a year. Well, basically since last winter. We never needed it, but we used it as a precautionary just in case. Now, it was just in case the other day. What we ended up doing, because I thought that the heated hose had failed. It's the only explanation I could come up with. But so what I had done is I had wrapped this around here, plugged it in here, and I just wrapped it to the exposed hose that's outside. And I left that on and I had to go to work, so I left Beth. I called her and she said, oh yeah, that came on within, you know, probably 20 to 30 minutes after, you know, you were out there. So it didn't take long at all to get the residual. Now, as I hold this right now, it's warm, so it's working. apparently that cold temperature just came in so fast that it did freeze it. So it is kind of a good rule of thumb to have an extra one of these. They're not that expensive, and they're a good, I call it a good first aid. It helps protect you. Like I said, most of our hose is covered and protected from the element, but we have 4 feet out here that is not, and this was able to cover that and recover our water pressure quite quickly. And well, Beth will tell you, she loves her hot showers, and without water, you know what they say, mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. So we got it all taken care of. It was just kind of a fluke thing that you know, we went through that almost minus 30 and had no problem, but half of that was a big issue. So anyway, without me rambling on, that's what we did to fix it. It was a relatively easy fix. It was quick, and you know, it doesn't take a PhD to get it figured out. So like always, we're sharing our misfortunes with you guys. So if you run across the whole thing that we do, that you'll know how to fix it, and fix it relatively easily. So if you got any questions, let us know. And don't feel like you have to, but if you hit that subscribe button, we greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that bell. That way you know when we upload a new video for you. And have a great day. Enjoy your weekend or your weekday or whatever it may be, but definitely enjoy that day, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.